What is up, guys? Lack of Skills here with a video once more. It's a different type of video this time. So I've been playing Khazan quite a bit the last few weeks, I could say, and what I've noticed mostly on the lovely interwebs is that there's a lot of videos that are mostly just either misinformation or clickbait bullshit that doesn't actually show you what to do, how to do it, or why it works. So I decided to make a video here for the ultimate farming spot, both for XP, Lacrima, and a way to keep resetting the Bard Merchant infinitely, so you can get infinite willpower orbs, spirit ores, etc, etc, etc. So, first order of business is obviously going to be the consumables, and then after that I will show you the farm spot. Of course, there will be timestamps in the description as always, as you know from me, and without further ado, let's get started. The first consumable spot you can have that is very lovely is, of course, in the Scoffa cave. You get access to this very early. So I will show you where you can find the merchant first. Go here, Scoffa cave, the bottom of the cave. This is the bonfire or shrine just before the spider boss. Make sure you turn on the arachnophobia save mode if you don't like spiders, because that actually exists in this game, which I think is a nice touch. So you want to go here and you just kind of backtrack a little bit. It's kind of hard to miss this merchant, but just in case you did miss him, I'll show you where he is. From the bonfire you just drop down here. You can ignore these, they never catch you. Talk to the bard. So, and then we're just gonna buy out this whole inventory. You don't have to do this, but I have money, so. See, he sells 10 willpower orbs every time. And now we will simply leave. There's also obviously bards in the Revellon Mountains and the Rovelian Imperial Theater, but these two locations are the fastest locations for the bard to get access to him without having to either kite through the area, kill stuff, or, you know, this is the most efficient way to get to him. So, and at every location he will sell willpower orbs, and in the next location, the church location, he will always sell 2 spirit ores, which you will need for the farming strat if you are still on NG. So the next place obviously will be Vitalon Capital, because that is where the last bard location is, where he will sell you the spirit ores and the what's it called, chaos cleanse potions off the top of my head. So we'll simply go here, go church. And now I hear you thinking like, okay, but if you buy his stuff, you can only buy him out once, right? And he's not gonna restock. No, he will restock, but the condition for his restock is that you do something, which I will show you when we buy out his stuff here. Revenge-driven soul. So you go purchase here, and you see he sells always 2 of these, just 25k. Now in the farm spot, I will give you this information beforehand, you will get more than 25k, so you can replenish your money every time by just resetting this guy until you have enough resources. So we'll just buy him out. I'll leave these this time and show you don't have to buy him out. So there we go. So my inventory of willpower orbs is like over 100 now, I think, something like that. I am, however, on NG plus 2, I will have to say. This doesn't matter for the farm strategy at all. The damage numbers look insane, but they don't impact as much as you think, because the bosses and enemies scale and HP wise proportionate to your damage. They scale to the recommended level pretty much. So if you're above the recommended level and you have a decent attack power build, you are completely fine and you shouldn't have any problems killing the enemy in the farm strat. I'll say that right now. So now to reset the merchants, all you have to do really is to kill a boss or complete a mission, quote unquote. Now obviously what you want to do is you want to just go here, go to lovely Mount Heinmach here, and kill a Yeti, if you will. You could kill any boss, do any mission, doesn't really matter, but because this guy is the earliest game and has technically the lowest HP, I would recommend you go here. So we just pre-buff a little bit for him. Whoops, I goofed. That has a hitbox, I don't know why, don't ask. Now I'll just cook him right quick. Of course my build is hyper optimized, I'm max level, NG +2, and I've re-rolled my whole build to actually be good. So that's why he got cooked so fast, in case you're wondering. So simply you see, mission completed, we killed him. Now this will port us back to the crevice, and that is literally what we wanted. So lovely jubbly, as you see, we're back in the crevice, and now, because we completed the mission, all the purchased things we purchased from the bard have been reset. His whole inventory has been reset, and to show you this, we are going now to his location in Vitalon, and I will show you that he is completely reset. This video will maybe be a little bit longer. I've tried to keep the editing to a minimum, because I don't like to splice videos, because they might have, or especially if there's a lot of information packed in them, if I start splicing then it just gets confusing, I think, for people, because there's so many cuts in the video, so I try to not do that. As you can see, we're going here inside this door again. Talk to our lovely jubbly friend the bard. Hello buddy. Go to purchase, and as you can see, all his lovely jubbly inventory has been respawned. So we could buy again from him. So the condition pretty much is kill any mission boss, just get a mission completed, and it will reset all the inventories from all the bards across all locations. And that is pretty much how you get infinite consumables. Now the next part is obviously the farm spot, and I will give you some additional tech and stuff you can do to make sure your farming goes as efficiently as possible. Alright, so now we are going to first off talk to our lovely friend the blacksmith. Oh lol. Played Khazan for 100 hours, but still doesn't know I have to go through the portal to go into the actual realm. Peak gameplay right here, boys. The blacksmith, as I said. First thing you want to do to get your infinite lacrima gain strat on the way is to get yourself a set of bards gear. So if you don't have it craftable yet, you can find it from specific enemies, but why it's good is because of this, right? The 5-piece lacrima gain, that's what it's all about. 25% big money. That's what we like. Now if you're an NG +2 like me, obviously, and you're still not max level for some reason, then some of these other pieces have lacrima gain, as you can see, and weapon drop rate and all that. Now for the people who are still on NG or on NG+, don't worry, this extra lacrima gain is not relevant, because the cap stops at 73%, which you can reach without the additional 20% of them, of those two things. So you want the 5-piece bards, and to make sure you can get some additional damage, what I recommend you do is collect at least 32 jars for this boy. Talk to him, and then go here and buy one of these jars that fit your damage type. So proficiency for spears, willpowers for dual wield, and strength for great swords, right? It's good because set item requirement, decrease 1 is why you want it, because you can use then 4 pieces of bards, but more importantly, it will also let you use any 1 piece of jewelry, for example. That will let you then get the 2-piece bonus, because the set requirement goes down by 1. And therefore any 1 piece is good enough to get 2 rewards. So, for example, you can use this if you're lacking damage. This is the unending tragedy, you get this from killing Elena, which you should do before you go to Vitalon. So you can either then get it a drop or craft it. Composed 15% damage. The way composed works is that if you're above 15% stamina, which you will be because you're chucking javelins, it just does 15% more damage. So you want to get one of these composed things, ideally the necklace. And then you want to use Elamain's ring from Crushed Dreams, because Confront 10% will apply to that as well. So that gives you a nice 25% bonus damage on the, just this 25% bonus damage from these. And that is barring any like multipliers or attack damage or whatever you might have rolled on your weapon. So that is what I would definitely recommend you do. So Bard set, the jar, and then 2 1-piece things for extra damage. Now for your Phantom, what you want to do is you want to use either Atlante or Wulfric, whichever one is the highest level, I would recommend. Because their Phantom abilities kind of do the same. Frontal Assault, Wulfric 15%, and Atlantis ranged 15%. Apply in the same way on the enemy. There's no difference in damage, so you could use either one of these. Now I hear you thinking, oh Lek, why not use only Atlante? Because 0.5 Fury upon defeating enemy with Javelin. Yes, correct, but also no, because the enemy doesn't die to the initial Javelin hit, it dies to gravity. So there's no point for you to use this, because it will not apply. So I would say use Wolfric. You get him early. You get him in Skova Cave in the same place where you find the merchant. You can unlock him there, so you can level him up faster. So I would recommend using Wolfric, but you can use Atlante. You can get Atlante by doing Balerian's mission after Refalon Mountains. You talk to her, get her side quest, and then unlock Atlante that way. So you can do that. Now, the farm spot itself is very nice and very OP. You simply go to Main Street. The reason this spot is so good is because it takes you about, if you're really slow, 20 seconds to kill the enemy, rest, and repeat, right? So I don't know if I have my bard gear on me still. I do. So I will put on my lovely jubbly bard gear here to show you guys the insane value. So as you can see here, 5-piece bard gear because I have a jar, right? And then confront 10% damage here and recovery. This doesn't really matter for now. So what we want to do is we want to just run over here. You see this boy on the wall there. You want to aim at him and make sure you always hit a headshot. This is important. Chuck the javelin. He falls down, dies. You get gold and you see the top right. And then the souls come through space and time here. And on the top right you see they get added. So that's why the bards is very nice. But you can see, like I have, what is this, like 25, 45% from this, right? Because I get 2 times 10%. But if you go to status, you can see that the Lacrima gain in the top right is capped at 73%. Because all of my my bricks that I picked up, the red soul stones, went to Lacrima gain. Which totally, I calculated it, totally should be about somewhere like 95% or whatever. So it looks like it's capped at 73, so there's no point to, like I said, these extra 10% lines from the bard gear don't matter. You don't need these. Like lower level or lower NG bard gear is completely fine. So that being said, now if you're still on NG, obviously, I would recommend you reset the bard for money, obviously, to buy his spirit ore, so you can pop the spirit ore and keep killing the enemy that way. Or what you can do is you can go to the, let me see, the Servant of Chaos bonus training and get the Warren transmutation notes, and then you can craft these things yourself at the blacksmith for 4 willpower orbs, I think they're called. Not willpower orbs, 4 orbs and 15 shards in the top of my head. So you can do that. That is the fastest way to farm here pretty much. As you can see, the money is really nice and it is pretty easy to do. Now on NG you get, on regular NG you get about, I think, 25k without bard's gear, so that's like 50 odd k per kill on this guy, per headshot. On NG plus you get 109k with bard's gear, and as you see on NG plus 2 I got 418k, and it takes about 20 seconds, give or take 15 to 20 seconds to reset this rota. Well, do the maths. For an hour that is a lot of money. So now, important, obviously, your skills this is self-explanatory, I would say, but you go here, make sure you get the javelin charge, make sure you get the fury, the javelin's fury, because this is very, 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 very helpful, because you get 1 charge when you hit him in the head, right? So you always get 1 spirit point refunded, and obviously get the javelin damage increases. Now for me, it says 3 points here, because I am on NG plus 2, and when you go to higher level NGs, as you can see here, you get different types of perks, right? You get shockwave, you get all this stuff, you get more stuff here, you get more things here, you know, that's like if you go to NG++, you get more perks pretty much, but usually you will have 2 damage points here, and all these perks are the same for the javelin, so you don't need this, but you should get javelin fury, you should get charge, and you should get both the damage points. Let's see, and that about covers it for the infinite money / farming that you can do here. If you have any questions or comments or things you would like to see in the next video, leave a comment, like, subscribe. Until next one, guys, take care.